Vivi has been a hot topic within the One Piece community for a long time, and she's been introduced into the story once again, and a lot of people are talking about her because of the different things that happened at the Reverie with Imu and Cobra. She is such an important character, and she probably has some endgame implications, and I wanted to talk about her today, why she's important and what it means for her, what's her next move. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. With that away, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about the tragic fate of Vivi. So what exactly happened at the Reverie? Well, we would have to go back to chapters 1084 and 1085. Queen Lily of the Nefeltari family. I'm surprised I got that on the first try. Usually I end up butchering it a lot, but I didn't. She did not become a celestial dragon. She chose to return to Alabasta, but she never returned and her name was erased from history. So why is this? It's because she was the one who scattered the different poneglyphs, and she has D in her name. We know that the name D is a moniker and that Imu considers them to be an enemy and that they want to wipe them all out, hence why Cobra was killed by Imu. Vivi, she was also captured by CP0 because she has D in her name and Imu wants her killed, but she ended up escaping with Warpol, and now she's on the run, hidden by Morgan. What's next for her? Cobra is dead, and now this would make Vivi the new leader of Alabasta, but at the same time she can't go back, because if she did, news would spread that, hey, Princess Vivi, she's returned and taking the throne for leading Alabasta, and CP0 would just go there and take her and eliminate her. She also can't run to the royal government either, and I know, yes, they have good Marines like Garp, Smoker, and Kobe. Well, Garp and Kobe, they're out of the picture because they're dealing with stuff right now, and who knows what the heck Smoker's doing. And for the most part, even though some Marines follow and have their own sense of justice, at the same time, a lot of them, they don't try and go against orders, and they would probably end up either capturing her or killing her on the spot. There's been so much talk about Vivi joining the Straw Hats, and this is, well, for two reasons, because well, Luffy offered her that position, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but two, whenever there's a chance that we get another member, the community goes crazy. I mean, you saw it with Gaimon, Bon Clay, Katakuri Law, and there's a lot more that I didn't name. In chapter 1, Luffy talked about him wanting at least 10 men. We know right now, if you exclude him, between Zoro all the way up to Jinbei, the different members on his crew, the number equals 9. And a lot of people in the community are speculating, hey, that means that we're going to get one more, since technically you can't include the captain as one of his men. And I can get that. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, well, I think that's wrong, because you look at the Blackbeard Pirates. Granted, Aokiji, he is a mystery. Nobody knows if he'll end up being with them towards the end of the series, but they, if you include him and don't include Blackbeard, they have 10 men that serve under Blackbeard. So in order for the Straw Hats to go against them, they would need 10, but that's a topic for another day. There was so many people who wanted Vivi to join the crew when Luffy originally offered her a long time ago, and I was one of those people when I first watched the series. I loved her, I loved Carter, I loved his interaction with Chopper and Usopp, and there was a scene, I believe it was reanimated recently, of her declining because she has her roles as a princess, and then they said their goodbyes with the X on their arms. Such beautiful scene. I didn't cry, but it was really emotional. I was sad that she didn't join right then and there. But the more I reread and rewatched the arcs that she was in, so from Whiskey Peak all the way to Alabasta, I feel like I was in the honeymoon phase, because I liked her a little bit less each and every time that I would reread the series. I don't love her, I don't hate her, but if I had to pick, do I want her on the crew? No, I would prefer her not to be on there, and that's just my personal opinion. Whether she joined or not, Oda would have written her probably differently from where she is now, and she could have potentially grown on me. But at the same time, if she did join, then Robin would be there as well, and I feel like that would be awkward. And let's just say that the reason why he brought Robin there was because he was already not including Vivi on there. Well, if Vivi joined the crew, then we could potentially not have Robin, and she's one of my favorite characters that the Straw Hats have, and she may be, I think she's actually my favorite girl in the entirety of the series, so I definitely could not have that. I don't necessarily have a problem with Vivi being weak because Luffy said it himself at Enies Lobby going against Bluno. There are certain members of the crew that are weak, and that's okay. I still want them around. I have to get stronger in order to protect them, hence why he got Gear 2nd, 3rd, and the rest of the gears that he has in this series. So he wants to protect his crew. And you could say the same thing for them, that they want to get stronger in order to be there for Luffy, hence why we got the time skip. And you could say that Vivi during the time skip, she could have gotten stronger just like everybody else. And I'm not trying to say that Vivi is necessarily weak because she was a member of Barrack Work, but at the same time, if she were to go against, I'd say even like the early characters of the series, like Buggy, like Alvida and Kabaji, I don't think I could pick her to win that fight. She could probably, you know, she's displayed it. She can beat random NPCs and random like fodder. But if she were to go against these Yonko crew and the different members that we fought all the way up until now, I just can't picture it that Vivi would be an asset. And I don't necessarily think that we need some broken character to join. For example, Yamato, I was sad that she didn't join, but at the same time, I could understand why. She was broken AF. She has a mythical zone, double fruit, all 3 types of hockey. She has advanced conquerors. She's a top 3 strongest girl in the series. And I would seriously have to think about where I would rank her all time, but she might be, in the current of the story, a top 15 to top 17 strongest character in the series. If Yamato were to join the crew, I think they'd be a little bit too strong. Luffy, Yamato, Zoro, and Sanji. If you put them against another pirate crew's best 4, who are you picking? I'd even say over Shanks and Ben Beckman and those members that I'm picking Luffy's side to win. And I haven't even included Jinbei and the other members of the crew. I loved her and I wanted her to join, but she just make them too OP. Now, I do understand at this point in the series, do we want strong members to join? Yes, absolutely. I don't think anybody is disputing that. But at the same time, Luffy's crew just proved that they are strong enough to defeat a Yonko crew. So I don't think we necessarily need a strong fighter. So when you circle back to Vivi, if you look at the Straw Hat crew, everybody has a particular role. There's a cook, a doctor, a navigator, you name it. So what would Vivi do? What does she excel in? It's being a princess. She has good leadership skills, she has connections, and great decision making. With her connections, how many different kingdoms would willingly want to help a pirate crew? And the connection she has within the world government, I think that could be a problem as well. Her leadership skills, they're pretty good, but too many cooks can ruin the soup. Look at Zoro and Jinbei. Those are people who Luffy tends to take advice from. They have a lot of knowledge, and other people, I didn't want to like discriminate against them. They give Luffy advice as well. And then in terms of who makes all the decisions, it's typically Luffy. He's the one that makes all the decisions, so Vivi's input wouldn't really be there or needed. Not to say that Luffy does not get any influence from Vivi, because she displayed that she is capable of turning Luffy into a better leader. She taught him how it is important that a captain and a leader does not lose composure, because there was a scene when Nami was sick and Vivi got shot. Luffy almost lost his cool and his composure, and Vivi, she was like, hey, a leader can't put the crew in danger. And different times we displayed Luffy having more of a calm and collected mindset. Granted, he does whatever he wants, but 3D2Y and Escape and Sabayori were different times that Luffy was able to have a calm and cool-headed approach thanks to Vivi's advice. I personally don't think that Vivi is meant to be a pirate. Granted, I don't think some of the Straw Hats necessarily should be pirates, but different circumstances that we're forced to be in, that's why they joined the Straw Hat crew. And I'll probably do a video about that in the future. I say the reason why Vivi isn't meant to be a pirate is because her not necessarily wanting fighting, wanting war, wanting death, and this is related to the context of the Alabasta arc. I understand that being a princess, she doesn't want to see any unnecessary death, doesn't want to see any of her people die. I think her ideals are valid, but like Luffy said, people die. Can her naive ideals translate to the pirate world? The answer is no, because you can't trust pirates. They're ruthless and they fight dirty. Hence why I think she'll join the revolutionaries, because Luffy is Sabo's brother, and Sabo probably knows that Luffy has connection with Vivi, so obviously he would try to keep her safe. They are strong with the different captains, with Sabo, with Ivankov and Dragon. They are strong enough in order to protect her. They're also fighting against injustice, going against the world government and the Celestial Dragon, so they're fighting in a similar sense to Vivi. Their goals align way more than the Straw Hats. Was the time that we spent with Vivi and Alabasta cool? Yes, I think her personality, she could definitely fit in with the Straw Hats because she displayed how good they work together, but she made it clear what her responsibilities are, that she wants to look after her kingdom, and especially now she has to, now that Cobra is dead. Since she's being hunted, I think the best place for her to be with is the Revolutionaries, because number one, they are strong, and number two, they sort of have the same sense of justice and they have the similar ideal. But yeah, that's just my thoughts about Vivi in the recent things that's happened in the manga. Like I said, I don't hate her, I don't love her, she's alright. I don't want her to die, I'll just put it that way. But let me know how you guys feel about Vivi in the comment section below. Do you guys want her to join the Straw Hats, or you guys think she'll join the Revolutionaries, or maybe even a third party that I didn't mention in this video? But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.